Can we lock you in for Essendon this week, Oscar?
Not yet. No, I've still got to get through training, and then it's like everyone else, see if Simo picks me or not. But yeah, happy to even be in the consideration for playing this weekend. It's been a tough 13, 14 weeks now, so just looking forward to be playing footy at some level.
If you do get up and you're playing, what are you most looking forward to about getting back there?
Oh, just being a part of it, particularly this year, new role within the group, and just really wanted to have a good year on field and help contribute as much as I can. And the good days that we've had over the first half of the season, watching that, felt a little bit jealous not being able to be out there and be a part of it, and the energy and atmosphere we've been able to bring, particularly at home. So the challenge for us is just doing that away from home as well in the second half of the year. But yeah, really looking forward to that aspect of things.
Do you think that you would like to go in the waffle to get minutes, or do you feel like you would be ready to start at AFL?
I think I'm ready to go. It's more of a credit to the rehab staff. They've put together a really succinct program, and over the last 13, 14 weeks, we've done everything we can. So when I'm available to play, I'm ready to go. So I obviously have that confidence in myself. I reckon you ask 45 guys downstairs, they'll all say they're ready to play AFL this week. So that's nothing out of the norm, and I'm just happy to be putting my hand up.
How hard has it been to be a captain, co-captain, when you're on the sidelines for such a long period of time in the season?
Yeah, it has been frustrating, but I think the beauty in co-captaincy, and Duggo's done a tremendous job all year. He's been really the leader of the group for the first half of the season, and I'm really looking forward to hopefully giving him a chop out in the second half of the year, being out there with him. But the way he's handled himself and the standards he's set has been exceptional, and just really proud of him.
How much confidence do you have that your body will hold up once you do get back out there?
Yeah, 100% confidence. You don't put your hand up to play if you're not sure that you can get out the rest of the season. So I'm ready to go and ready to play for the rest of the year. And it was similar, but not quite the same, missing in 2022. The next year was slightly nervous, and then was able to play every game that year. So I'm in the same boat now. We've had a really progressed program. We haven't rushed it whatsoever, and just feel ready to go now.
What does Thursday look like for you in terms of, is it just main training session, or are you going to have a separate fitness test?
Yeah, just the main training session with the group. I did a pretty big session. It worked well with the whole team and the waffle side as well, having to buy on the weekend. So we had a pretty solid hit out on Saturday, so was able to get through that and feel really good and positive, and do the same on Thursday, and then see what the coach reckons.
Elliot Yeo contract talks with him at the moment. How important is it to keep an experienced head like him for players like Harley Reid, Elijah Hewitt to learn from?
Yeah, it's incredibly important. I think he's probably our best player when he's up and going, and what he's shown in the first half of this year it's been pretty exciting. Sometimes you forget how good Yoey is when he's at his best, because it's been a couple of years through injuries, and that's something I know about as well. And just the standards he sets, and him and Harley definitely have a certain connection on field. I think everyone watching can see that. So being a mentor for not only Harley but Rubes and Huey and a lot of the other younger midfielders is incredibly valuable to our group. So yeah, hoping you'll stick around.
How important can guys like that be for yourself and Liam as pretty young captains?
Yeah, incredibly important. Like, leadership group is just a title, I suppose. Everyone within the four walls is important for creating a solid culture. So Yoey's done that for as long as he's been here, and as long as I've been at the footy club. I've always looked up to guys like Yoey, Gaffy, JD, who have never really had official leadership titles, but they've always been terrific leaders in the way they prepare and execute and perform on game day. So they're always guys I've looked up to and want to play with them and keep them around for as long as possible.
You guys have obviously struggled for depth with all the injuries the last couple of years, but suddenly you've got quite a few key forwards to pick from. How nice is that to have at the selection table?
Yeah, it's a good problem. I think the benefit of guys being injured the last couple of years, I think the development in Ryan Marrick, who he's only been here for a year, but it seems like he's been here for so much longer. Jack Williams, and then obviously the year Jakey's had this year has been exceptional. JD always backs up and he's available for selection. So the positives of guys missing with injury is that other guys have got an opportunity and been exposed, and they've all proven themselves to be AFL players. So it's a good headache to have, something we haven't had to deal with for a while. Looking forward to seeing what the coaches want to do.
Are you looking forward to partnering Jake while he's in this form? You kind of haven't had the chance to partner with this sort of addition of Jake Waterman.
Yeah, I think everyone who's followed Jake closely knows he's always been capable of doing this. He's just had to play a really sacrificial role. Like, he hasn't been able to be the deep forward for most of his career thus far, but I think I played my first Waffle Colts game on him and he kicked like 7 or 8 goals on me. So he's always been like a great goal kicker. He's always been incredibly competitive, fit, has great hands, a beautiful kick. So he's got all the attributes to be a terrific player. And as a mate, just really proud to see him being able to take that in centre stage and everyone sees it and knows how valuable and important he is now.
Will
Gonna
his role
steal some of
change
his
at all?
limelight.
What's that, sorry?
Steal some of his limelight coming back and take some of his goals.
No, I'm just going to support him as much as I can. He's having a great year, so I think forward lines work well when you just go out there to support each other. That's what Jack and JK did for so long. They just supported each other and try to make each other better. So when I come back, I just want to make him, Jack, all the boys, whoever I'm playing with, just try and play a complementary role and help out whatever way I can.
Do you expect he will play as the deepest forward a lot of the time, and would that mean a slightly different role for you?
It's a good question. Like, I don't think it's as simple as just like deepest forward anymore. It's pretty fluent. Like everyone defends everyone runs everywhere, and the play just kind of adapts. So he's got the ability to play deep, but as I said, he's got a great aerobic tank, so he can play up higher as well. So I think we'll figure it out on game day. But at the moment, just looking forward to getting out there would be the first box to tick.
And
What
what about you?
match have you done in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I've done probably 3 or 4 weeks of it now, so I've had some good exposure with the boys. It's definitely not the same as playing, so that's going to be an adjustment whenever I do get out there. But as I said, I feel really confident in myself that I'm ready to go.
Do you have an update on your co-captain and how he's travelling after his hit a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, he's going really well. He was just downstairs in a meeting. He's still in concussion protocols at the moment, but I believe he's ticked most of the boxes he needs to tick, if not all of them thus far. So really pleasing. It's always scary when you see someone go down with a head knock, and particularly Duggo. He's hard as a cat's head, so you never actually expect him to stay down. He normally bounces up pretty quickly, but he seems to be going really well and is in good spirits.
Hey, Essendon, how much homework do you have to do on guys like Ben Mackay? He's had a pretty good year down there for them.
Yeah, he has. I mean, we played him 5 or 6 weeks ago, or the rest of the team did anyway, and I think the last 2 times we've played him, we've been really competitive end of last year and then this year at home. So there's something we can take a lot of positives out of, and while still being frustrated that we weren't able to get the end result, well, we've played them quite a few times in short succession. So we know what we're going to get. They're a really strong contest side. They've got some young players who are incredibly talented, and they've got a great captain and leader in Zach Merritt. He's a great footballer and having a great year. So there's a lot of things we've got to work out and got to focus on, but just looking forward to the challenge.
A couple of sides have sent taggers to Zach Merritt over the last few weeks. Can you see you guys doing that as well?
I'm actually not too sure, to be honest. I'm more in my own box trying to get myself going and focusing on being available to play thus far. It's still Tuesday and early in the week, so there's still a lot of things that's got to be played out. We've still got to train today, train on Thursday, and then the coaches will make that decision and call. But he's a good player.
What makes him such a dangerous midfielder?
He's a beautiful kick. It's the first thing, just me watching it. Like, he's a beautiful kick and he's always been that, but the leadership he's taken on the last 2 years really, and he's a really brave player. Puts his head over the footy and does some pretty selfless acts. So just as a guy watching the game, that's one thing that stands out for me, is that this guy's a really big leader of their footy club and really sets the standard with how he goes about it. So there's a bit there. He's a good player.
Your mental approach to this game, I mean, you've been out for a while, so focusing on your individual performance is important, but you're also potentially having that captaincy role if Liam doesn't get up for the game. How do you strike the right balance?
Yeah, I think performance-wise, just trying to do my bit for the team and play my role, and like I said earlier, just be a complementary piece. Like, I'm really fortunate if I do get the opportunity to play in the senior side, you've got Jack Darling, Jake Waterman, and Jake's having an awesome year, as we all know. So it's not like there's massive expectations on me to come out and dominate the game. So all I want to do is do my bit for the team. And then the leadership stuff, I think it's always come quite naturally to me. I'm hoping Duggo gets up. It'll be nice for him to be out there and playing with him, but if that doesn't tend to happen, well, then it might be Gov, because I'm not sure if I'm going to play either. So I'm just trying to get to Thursday and get through Thursday and put my hand up.
What have you made of the Eagles' first half of the year so far? I mean, you've been watching all of it from the sidelines.
It's a good question. There's been some great positives. Like, you think about the good nights against Freo and Melbourne, even Essendon at home against a side that was in the top 2 when we played them. They've all been incredible positives, and take out how exciting our brand of footy is when we play well with our young players and some senior players really lifting the standards of the group. But then, as I said earlier, there's been some inconsistencies, particularly with travel. So that's something that we're really focusing on the second half of the year, and we play not going to say a basic brand of football, but the things we want to focus on is contest pressure and forward half footy, and I think that's probably what 18 teams come in every week trying to focus on. So when we do that right, we play well, and performance will look after itself, and when we haven't been able to execute that, our performance obviously isn't at the level of what we're expecting. So each week striving for consistency in that. Obviously with a young group, that's probably the hardest thing to get, consistency of performance week in, week out, but that's something that we're heading towards this year, and we're building forward. Like, this isn't just about the 24 games this year, it's about this year, next year, the year after. Like, how can we keep getting better and improving so that hopefully in as soon as possible we're playing finals footy and playing in these big games. So that's where we want to get to as a group.
Just last one with your knee as well. Any pain with that, and is it something that's completely healed, or will it be something you have to kind of manage throughout the rest of the season before an end of season sort of clean up?
No, yeah, it's completely healed. It feels really good at the moment, and if it was something that I was already thinking about managing before I come back, like, I probably wouldn't be back playing. So we've got a great program that's been put in place, so I'm a bit modified. Probably won't be out there every day, so you guys might think I'm not playing or I'm sore or whatnot because I'm not actually outside, but I'm doing work inside the change rooms and a little shed with our physios and exercise coaches, so just taking steps in the right direction. And it's all about long-term health for me as well. Like, we went in to this with a mindset of, okay, well, how can I hopefully come back and play this season, but then also for the rest of my career. Like, I'm still a young player, I've still got a lot of football left in me, so we struck a happy medium of, well, this is great, I'll hopefully get out half a season here, whilst it's not going to risk me in the future either. So really happy with how it's gone thus far.
You must be looking forward to having Harley back in a couple of weeks. How's he handled the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, really maturely. Like, I think anyone that knows him is incredibly competitive and he wants to play AFL footy. So, and this is the first time really that he hasn't been able to for something out of his control. And I haven't been in a position where I've been suspended, but I can imagine when you're feeling fully fit and you're ready to go, and just watching the guys on the weekend would be a really frustrating position. And him as a 19-year-old, he's obviously been through a lot this year, all the rising star stuff as well. Like, there was been a lot in the last couple of weeks for him, but as I said, the way he's handled himself has been really mature, and that's just him. He's a grown-up. He's been through this for probably before he got drafted at West Coast. Like, the speculation has been on him for a long period of time, and yeah, really proud of how he's handled himself.